In a reactive world, emotional control is power, and the calmest person in the room often has the most control, which is exactly why calm people make others nervous. In most situations, people expect reactions: anger when provoked, defensiveness when criticized, excitement when praised. Reactions are predictable, and predictable behavior makes people comfortable. But calm people break that pattern. They do not react quickly. They observe, they pause, and sometimes they say very little. The power of emotional control. Emotional control is rare. Most people react immediately when something affects their ego. A small insult can start an argument. A disagreement can turn into conflict. A misunderstanding can escalate into drama. But calm people respond differently. They slow down. They think before speaking, and sometimes they choose silence instead of reaction. This is where psychological power begins, because the person who controls their emotions controls their actions, and the person who control their actions control the situation. Why calmness feels intimidating? Calmness creates uncertainty. When someone reacts emotionally, you know what they feel. But when someone remains calm, their thoughts are not obvious. You cannot easily predict them. You cannot easily influence them. And that uncertainty can feel uncomfortable. People often mistake calmness for weakness. They assume silence means surrender. They assume patience means lack of confidence. But true calmness is not passive, it is controlled. Controlled emotions require discipline, they require awareness, and they require the ability to pause before reacting. The calm observer. Calm people tend to observe more than they speak. They notice patterns in behavior. They notice inconsistencies in words and actions. They pay attention to tone, timing, and energy, while others are reacting emotionally. Calm observes are gathering information, while others are reacting emotionally. Calm observers are gathering information, and information creates advantage. When you understand the dynamics of a situation, you can respond strategically rather than emotionally. That difference can change the outcome of conversations, conflicts, and decisions. Emotional discipline versus emotional suppression. It's important to understand the difference between calmness and suppression. Calmness is awareness. Suppression is avoidance. Calm people still feel emotions. They simply choose how to express them. They recognize anger without letting anger control them. They acknowledge frustration without turning it into aggression. This balance creates stability, and stability is powerful because stable people are difficult to manipulate. Why reactive people feel uncomfortable? Reactive people depend on emotional energy. They expect quick responses, arguments, defenses, explanations, but calm individuals disrupt that pattern. They do not feed emotional chaos. They slow it down, and sometimes they completely dissolve it. When emotional chaos disappears, some people feel exposed because without reaction, there is no conflict to hide behind, only clarity, the quiet confidence. True calmness often comes from confidence, and the loud kind of confidence that needs attention, not the loud kind of confidence that needs attention, but quiet confidence. Confidence that comes from self awareness. Confidence that does not require validation. Confidence that does not panic when situations become tense. This type of confidence is powerful because it does not need to prove itself. It simply exists, and people can feel that energy. the real strength. The strongest people are not the loudest. They are not the most aggressive. They are the most disciplined, because controlling your emotions is more difficult than expressing them, because controlling your emotion is more difficult than expressing them. Anyone can react, but choosing when and how to respond requires awareness. Practicing calmness. Calmness is not a personality trait. It is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. You develop calmness by pausing before reacting, by observing situations instead of immediately judging them, by recognizing emotional triggers and learning to control them. The more you practice emotional discipline, the less external situations control your internal state. And when your internal state becomes stable, your decisions become stronger. Remember something simple. Calmness is not weakness. Calmness is control, and control creates power. If you are building emotional control in a reactive world, stay here. This channel is for thinkers. Control your emotions, or they will control you.
Calm people are often misunderstood. Some see calmness as weakness. But emotional discipline and calm observation create powerful advantages. Calm individuals influence situations more effectively than reactive ones. True strength is not loud, it is control.